the last 18 months, over 4.2 million Americans over the age of 60 received a letter from their state DMV that they were not expecting. Most of them had no idea what it could cost them, not just money, their license, their independence, their ability to drive to the grocery store, to the doctor, to see their grandchildren. And here is the part that should make you angry. Most of those people did nothing wrong. No accident, no traffic violation, no failed test. In many cases, all they did was go to a routine doctor's appointment, a checkup, the free one covered by Medicare. And that one appointment changed everything. There are 3 things happening inside this system right now that you need to know about. First, new medical reporting requirements already active in dozens of states allow your doctor's office to send information directly to your DMV without telling you first. A single line in your chart, a notation about a medication side effect, a routine screening result. Any of it can trigger a formal license review. Second, insurance companies in 38 states are legally allowed to access your DMV record on a quarterly basis, not just at renewal, anytime they want. And when they see a flag on your record, even a temporary administrative one, they can raise your premium immediately. They are not required to tell you why. Third, I am going to hold the third one until later in this video, because it involves a connection between your DMV file and your Medicare record that almost nobody talks about. And once you understand it, you will never look at your annual wellness visit the same way again. Your insurance agent did not call you about this. Your accountant does not track DMV policy changes. And your doctor's office has a legal reason to stay quiet. The system is not designed to inform you. It is designed to process you. In the next 18 minutes, I am going to show you exactly which new requirements went into effect in 2024 and 2025, which medical conditions and medications can now trigger a DMV report by your physician, what happens to your insurance the moment a flag appears on your record, and 4 specific things you can do right now to protect your license and your rates. Stay with me. This is information nobody else in your life is going to give you. My name is Marcus Graves. I am an enrolled agent, federally licensed to represent taxpayers directly before the IRS. I am not a financial influencer. I have spent 22 years sitting across the table from retirees who were blindsided by systems they trusted. The IRS is one of those systems. The DMV is another. Most people think of the DMV as a minor inconvenience, a long line, a bad photo every few years. That is not what the DMV is anymore. In the last decade, state DMV systems have been quietly connected to medical reporting networks, federal data sharing agreements, and private insurance data pipelines. The DMV is now one of the most consequential bureaucratic systems in the life of any American over 60, and almost none of them know it. Here is why nobody told you. Insurance companies spent a combined $2.1 billion on lobbying and state-level regulatory influence between 2020 and 2024. Some of that money went directly toward expanding the data they are legally allowed to receive from your state DMV without a separate authorization from you. More data means more pricing power. More pricing power means more profit. Your doctor's office operates under mandatory reporting laws in certain states. If they do not report and something happens later, they carry liability. The incentive to report is strong. The incentive to tell you they reported is not. Let me tell you about a man named Gerald. He is 67 years old. He lives in Dayton, Ohio. He spent 34 years on the floor of a manufacturing plant. He retired at 62 with a modest pension, a paid-off house, and a 2019 Ford F-15 he bought used. He had not had a single accident in 31 years. Not a fender bender, not a parking lot scrape, nothing. In March of 2024, Gerald went to his annual wellness visit, the free checkup covered by Medicare, routine blood work, blood pressure check, a few quick questions. His doctor noticed Gerald had mentioned feeling lightheaded on a couple of occasions when standing up quickly. Gerald explained it immediately. He had recently had his blood pressure medication adjusted. His doctor agreed it was a common, well-understood side effect. They discussed it for 2 minutes. The doctor noted it in his chart as reported dizziness, likely orthostatic, medication-related. Gerald went home. He stopped at the hardware store. He had lunch with his wife. 6 weeks later, a letter arrived from the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Gerald's license was under medical review. He read the letter 3 times. He could not understand it. It referenced Ohio Revised Code Section 4507.08 and a medical advisory board review process. It did not explain what triggered the review. It did not tell him what the outcome might be. 2 weeks after that, his insurance renewal arrived. His premium had gone up $612 for the year. No explanation, no phone call. Just a new number at the bottom of the page. Gerald's wife asked him if he was going to lose his license. He told her he did not know. I am going to tell you what happened to Gerald at the end of this video. But first, you need to understand exactly why this happened. Because until you understand how this system works, you cannot protect yourself from it. Most people think of their driver's license as a simple transaction between them and their state DMV. You pass a test. You pay a fee. You get a card. That is not how it works anymore. Not for drivers over 60. What is actually operating around your license right now is a 3-layer system. Layer 1 is your state DMV and its medical advisory board. Layer 2 is the AAMVA, the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators, a national data network connecting all 50 state DMV systems. Layer 3 is your insurance company, which has negotiated legal access to your DMV data in 38 states and uses it for pricing decisions you never see coming. These 3 layers interact constantly, and they interact in ways that are efficient for the institutions involved and invisible to you. Here is what can trigger this system. 6 states currently require physicians by law to report certain medical conditions directly to the DMV. Those states are California, Delaware, Nevada, New Jersey, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. 14 additional states have voluntary reporting, meaning physicians can report without legal consequence and receive legal immunity when they do. The conditions that trigger reporting include epilepsy, certain cardiovascular conditions, dementia, vision impairment, and medication side effects including dizziness, fainting, and impaired reaction time. In a mandatory reporting state, your physician does not need your permission. They are following the law. Now here is what caught Gerald. Your annual wellness visit, the one covered 100% under Medicare with no copay, includes a cognitive assessment. The results go into your permanent medical record. In mandatory reporting states, any notation of cognitive concern, even described as mild or preliminary, can trigger a review. But here is what most people do not realize. The notation does not have to describe a serious condition. It just has to exist. Gerald's chart said reported dizziness, likely orthostatic, medication-related. In Ohio, dizziness is on the reportable condition advisory list. The electronic health record system flagged it automatically. Gerald's doctor may not have even known a report was filed. 31 states now have shortened renewal cycles or added requirements for drivers above a certain age. Illinois requires in-person renewal and a vision test at age 75. New Hampshire requires a road test at age 75. Florida requires a vision test at every renewal after age 80. These requirements are automatic and age-based. They do not require an incident to activate. Failing any component can initiate a full medical review that takes weeks or months to resolve. While that review is open, your license is in administrative limbo, which means your motor vehicle record shows a flag. And that flag is exactly what your insurance company is looking for. In many states, an at-fault accident involving a driver above a specific age threshold automatically triggers a DMV medical fitness inquiry, independent of any other factor. This does not require serious injury. It can be a fender bender in a parking lot. A 68-year-old man in Florida backed into a mailbox. He filed a minor claim, less than $400 in damages. Because he was over 65, the Florida DMV was automatically notified. He received a medical questionnaire asking about neurological conditions and medication use. He had no idea a minor insurance claim would do that. Every state also allows private citizens, including family members, to submit a written request asking that a driver be evaluated for fitness to drive. In many states, the reporter's identity is kept confidential. A 72-year-old woman in Virginia received a mandatory review notice after her adult son filed a concern with the DMV after a holiday visit. She had no accidents, no violations, no medical flags. The review was initiated. The notation went on her motor vehicle record. Her insurance company pulled her record during a routine quarterly check. Her premium went up. Her son thought he was helping. In 2019, the Governor's Highway Safety Association reviewed state DMV medical reporting programs. California's program alone received over 14,000 physician reports in a single year. Approximately 1,900 resulted in license suspension or restriction. The majority of those drivers had no prior traffic incident of any kind. These are public records. This has happened to real people living ordinary lives. You did not have to have an accident. You did not have to fail a test. In some states, a single line in your doctor's notes is enough to start a process that could take your license away. Now let me tell you what you can do about it. Your motor vehicle record is a public document. You are legally entitled to request a copy from your state DMV. In most states, it costs between $5 and $15. Your MVR shows exactly what your insurance company sees when they run their quarterly data pool. If there is a flag on your record, even one you were never notified about, you have the legal right to challenge it. Go to your state DMV website and search for MVR request or driving record request. Most states allow you to order it online. Do this before your next insurance renewal. Do this before your next license renewal. Do this today if you have had any medical appointment in the last 12 months that involved a discussion of dizziness, vision, cognition, or any medication side effect. Before your next annual wellness visit, call your doctor's office and ask to speak with your physician for 5 minutes. Ask one question. Are you required to report any findings from my upcoming wellness visit to the DMV? In non-mandatory states, the answer is almost always no. In mandatory states, you deserve to know before you walk in, not after. Ask also about your current medications and how side effects are documented in your chart. This conversation takes 7 minutes. It costs nothing. In a mandatory reporting state, it may be the most important 7 minutes you spend this year. If you are 70 or older, or if you live in a mandatory reporting state, get a voluntary driving evaluation from a certified driver rehabilitation specialist. A CDRS is a credentialed professional, typically an occupational therapist, who conducts comprehensive driving evaluations. A clean voluntary evaluation gives you documentation of your driving fitness that predates any DMV review. If a review is ever initiated, you walk in with professional evidence already in hand. The cost is typically between $250 and $500. Medicare covers it under certain referral conditions. To find a CDRS near you, go to driver-ed.org/ADED and search by zip code. Also review whether your auto insurance should stay bundled with your homeowner's policy. Bundling makes sense in normal circumstances. But if a DMV flag causes your insurer to reprice your auto policy, bundled policies can trigger a combined review of all your coverage. A $600 auto increase can become a $900 combined increase. Ask an independent broker to run a standalone auto quote from a carrier that does not share a parent company with your current insurer. For fixed-income retirees especially, this one move can protect a carefully balanced monthly budget. Now let me tell you what happened to Gerald. Gerald pulled his motor vehicle record the night after we spoke. The record showed the administrative review notation but no suspension and no restriction. Just an open review flag. His insurance company had acted on that flag during a routine quarterly data pull. They had repriced his policy before the review even had a chance to conclude. Gerald contacted an elder law attorney in Dayton. He spent $200 on a 1-hour consultation. The attorney referred him to a certified driver rehabilitation specialist 12 miles from his house. Gerald scheduled the evaluation. He passed it completely. The CDRS noted that he was an attentive, responsive driver with appropriate spatial awareness and solid reaction time. That evaluation was submitted to the Ohio DMV, along with a letter from his physician clarifying that the dizziness notation in his chart referred to a resolved, medication-related side effect with no ongoing impact on his driving. The Ohio DMV closed the review 21 days later. No action, no restriction, no suspension. Gerald then separated his auto insurance from his homeowner's bundle and found comparable coverage with a different carrier for $418 less per year than the rate he had been quoted after the flag appeared. His license is intact. His rate is lower than it was before any of this started. Gerald told me something after it was all resolved. He said, "I felt like the system had made a decision about me before I even knew there was a decision being made. Once I understood how it worked, I was not scared anymore. I was just prepared. That is the only outcome I am working toward. Not fear, preparation." Here is the one thing I want you to take from this video. Pull your motor vehicle record. It costs less than $15. It takes less than 10 minutes to order, and it will show you exactly what your insurance company already knows about you. Your DMV will not call to explain this. Your insurer will not tell you why your rate went up. Your doctor's office may not know their system filed a report on your behalf. Nobody in this system is assigned to look out for you. That is your job now, and you are now equipped to do it. I have built a free senior driver protection checklist with everything covered in this video, including your state's specific requirements, the CDRS locator link, a sample conversation guide for your physician visit, and the MVR dispute process if you find a flag you were never told about. It is completely free, no email required, no sign up. Go to marcusgraves.com/checklist and download it right now. And if you have someone in your life over 60 who still drives, please share this video with them today. Not because it is content, because it is information they need and nobody else is going to give it to them. That is an act of care. It takes 4 seconds. I'm Marcus Graves. I'll see you in the next video.